Hey everyone, get ready, because today we're about to embark on an unforgettable journey across one of the most fascinating, colorful, and diverse countries in the entire world, China. This is not just any ordinary country. It's a place where thousands of years of history blend beautifully with the energy of modern life. Here, ancient temples whisper stories from long ago, while towering skyscrapers reach for the future. Every corner of China feels like a different world, from snowy mountain peaks to endless deserts, from shimmering rivers to bustling cities filled with neon lights. China is a country of contrasts and wonders, a place where tradition and technology, peace and excitement, nature and culture come together in the most amazing ways. We'll wander through the Great Wall, one of the greatest human creations ever built. We'll stand among the mystical mountains of Zhangjiajie, where it feels like you're walking inside a dream. We'll glide on the peaceful waters of the Li River, surrounded by towering limestone hills. And we'll explore modern marvels like Shanghai, a city that shines brighter than the stars at night. Every step of the way, you'll see something new, something beautiful, and something unforgettable. So grab your travel bag, open your heart, and get ready to explore a land full of magic, mystery, and wonder. Because today, we're setting out on an incredible adventure, a journey through the amazing places of China. Our first stop is one of the most legendary landmarks on Earth, the Great Wall of China. Can you imagine a wall that stretches for more than 13,000 miles? That's longer than the distance from China all the way to the United States. It's one of the greatest wonders ever built by human hands. A massive dragon of stone winding across the land, climbing up steep mountains, diving into deep valleys, and disappearing into faraway deserts. The story of this wall goes back more than 2,000 years, to a time when ancient China was divided into many kingdoms. To protect their people from northern invaders, emperors ordered the building of this giant barrier. Piece by piece, stone by stone, millions of workers, soldiers, farmers, and craftsmen joined their strength and courage to create something that would last forever. Today, the Great Wall is more than just an old defense line. It's a symbol of unity, strength, and determination. It reminds the world of what people can achieve when they work together and never give up. As you walk along its ancient stones, you can feel the weight of history beneath your feet. Each brick tells a story, stories of bravery, hardship, and hope. Close your eyes for a moment, and you might almost hear the faint whispers of the past, the echo of soldiers' footsteps marching in the cold wind, the creak of old wooden gates, and the proud sound of banners fluttering high above the battlements. When you finally reach one of its watchtowers, you'll want to pause and catch your breath, not just from the climb, but from the view. From up there, the wall stretches on and on, twisting over the green hills like a sleeping dragon disappearing into the mist. The sky feels endless, and for a moment, you can't tell where the wall ends and where the mountains begin. It's a sight that makes you realize just how small we are and how great human dreams can be. So, as the morning mist settles over the stones, we leave this ancient wonder behind, carrying its stories in our hearts. Because our next destination is something entirely different, a place that looks like it came straight out of a dream. Welcome to Zhangjiajie National Forest Park, a place so breathtaking and otherworldly that it inspired the floating mountains in the movie Avatar. Here, nature shows off her wildest imagination. All around you, giant sandstone pillars rise straight from the ground. Tall, slender towers draped in green moss and trees, their tops hidden in drifting clouds. Some of these pillars reach as high as skyscrapers, stretching nearly 1,000 feet into the air. When the morning mist rolls in, the scene looks almost unreal, as if the mountains themselves are floating above the earth. Everywhere you look, there's magic. Sunlight filters through the fog, painting the cliffs gold. Birds soar between the spires, calling to each other across the deep valleys. The air feels cool and fresh, carrying the scent of pine and earth. As you walk along the winding trails, you might feel like you've stepped into another world, a quiet, peaceful world where time slows down and nature takes the lead. It's easy to see why people call this place a living painting. Each step brings a new view, a new color, a new shape carved by the hands of wind and rain over millions of years. But if you're feeling adventurous, there's one experience you simply can't miss: the Zhangjiajie Glass Bridge. This incredible structure stretches between two massive cliffs, hanging nearly 300 meters above the canyon floor. That is almost as tall as the Eiffel Tower. Made entirely of clear glass, the bridge is more than 400 meters long, offering one of the most thrilling walks in the world. As you take your first steps, your heart might race a little. You glance down, and instead of solid ground, you see the clouds floating beneath your feet. Each step feels like walking on air, a mix of fear, excitement, and pure wonder. It's the kind of experience that makes you hold your breath, then laugh at the thrill of it all. Standing in the middle of the bridge, surrounded by mountains, wind, and open sky, you can't help but feel alive. It's a reminder of how vast and beautiful our planet is, and how small but brave we are within it. Now that we've walked among the clouds and faced our fears, it's time to climb even higher, to a place known as the roof of the world. Welcome to Tibet, known to the world as the roof of the world. Here, the earth rises so high that the clouds seem close enough to touch. It's a land of majestic mountains, ancient traditions, and deep spiritual calm. All around, colorful prayer flags flutter in the wind, carrying wishes of peace and good fortune to the skies. Golden-roofed monasteries rest quietly on rocky hillsides, where monks chant softly, their voices echoing across the valleys. Yaks graze on the open plains, and crystal-clear lakes reflect the endless blue of the Tibetan sky. The people here, the Tibetans, are known for their kindness, warmth, and deep respect for nature. Life in Tibet moves slowly, guided by faith, family, and a connection to the land. It's a place that teaches you to breathe, to listen, and to appreciate the simple beauty of being alive. And rising above it all, silent, powerful, and eternal, stands Mount Everest, the highest mountain on Earth. Its snowy peak reaches over 29,000 feet above sea level, so tall that it touches the clouds and glows like gold in the morning light. From afar, it looks calm and gentle, but up close, it's wild and mighty, a mountain that commands respect. The air here is thin and cold, and every breath feels rare and precious. Even if you never climb it, just standing near Everest fills you with awe. The silence around it is unlike anywhere else. Only the sound of the wind whispering through the ice and the soft crunch of snow beneath your feet. As the sun rises, the first rays of golden light touch the summit, and the mountain begins to glow, a bright crown against a sea of blue sky. For a moment, everything feels still. The world below disappears, and you feel as though you're standing on the edge of heaven itself. It's no wonder so many travelers describe this place not just as a destination, but as an experience of the soul. Tibet reminds us that beauty isn't always loud or crowded. Sometimes, it's found in silence, in peace, and in the strength of the human spirit. But from the world's highest peaks, we now journey down to a place that shines just as bright in its own way, a city where the lights, life, and dreams of modern China come alive. Now we're in Shanghai, China's most dazzling and futuristic city. It's a place where the past and future meet and shake hands, where ancient traditions glow brightly beside cutting-edge technology. Every street, every skyline, every light tells a story of how far China has come and how far it's still reaching. Here, old temples and traditional tea houses hide quietly between towering skyscrapers. You can sip a cup of jasmine tea in a peaceful garden. Then, just a few blocks away, ride a maglev train that speeds faster than any car in the world. Shanghai is a city of contrasts, and that's what makes it so incredible. When the sun sets, the transformation begins. The city bursts to life with color and energy. The Oriental Pearl Tower, with its shimmering pink and purple lights, looks like something out of a science fiction movie. Nearby, the Shanghai Tower, one of the tallest buildings on Earth, rises so high it seems to touch the clouds themselves. Its glass sides mirror the stars, creating a skyline that glows brighter than the night sky. Take a peaceful walk along the Bund, Shanghai's most famous riverfront promenade. As you stroll, you'll notice something magical. On one side, elegant European-style buildings from the 1800s remind you of the city's historic past. On the other, across the Huangpu River, futuristic towers made of steel and glass beam with colorful light. It's like standing in two different centuries at once, a living picture of how tradition and modern life can exist side by side in perfect harmony. The sound of laughter, music, and rushing water fills the air as boats glide down the river, their reflections dancing on the surface like shimmering stars. Street vendors sell steaming dumplings, artists sketch portraits, and cameras flash as travelers capture memories of this glowing wonder. Shanghai is not just a city, it's a feeling. It's the heartbeat of modern China, alive with creativity, culture, and unstoppable energy. It shows the world how China can honor its ancient roots while racing boldly toward the future. And when night falls completely, and you stand at the edge of the Huangpu River, watching the reflections of neon lights ripple across the water, one thought comes to mind. This city never sleeps. And now, for our final stop, let's leave behind the bright lights and busy streets, and travel to a place of peace, nature, and quiet beauty. A place where time slows down, and the heart of China whispers softly once again. Welcome to Guilin, one of the most breathtaking and peaceful places in all of China. Here, nature seems to have taken her time, carving out a landscape so magical that people have admired it for centuries. The winding Li River flows gently through this land, surrounded by tall, green hills shaped like dragons, towers, and mysterious shapes that seem to come straight from a dream. For generations, poets, painters, and travelers have called Guilin the most beautiful landscape under heaven. And once you see it, you'll understand why. The air here feels fresh and pure. Cool breezes drift across the water, carrying the scent of rain and grass. The sunlight glimmers on the river's surface, turning it into a path of silver and jade. And around every bend, new shapes appear, soft, misty peaks rising like ancient guardians watching over the land. Down by the river, you'll find fishermen quietly at work, just as their ancestors did hundreds of years ago. They use cormorant birds, graceful black water birds trained to dive into the river and catch fish. It's a tradition that has been passed down through generations, a living link between the past and present. Watching them at dawn, with the mist swirling and lanterns glowing softly on their boats, feels like stepping into an old Chinese painting. But the best way to truly feel the magic of Guilin is to ride a bamboo boat down the Li River. As you glide across the water, time seems to slow down. The hills reflect perfectly in the mirror-like river. So clear, it's hard to tell where the mountains end and the reflections begin. The sound of the oar gently dipping into the water, the distant songs of birds, and the soft hum of the breeze create a melody of peace. You'll pass small villages nestled among the hills, where life is simple and calm. Farmers working in the fields, children waving from the banks, and the scent of tea leaves drifting through the air. Every moment feels like a story, a reminder that true beauty often lies in stillness and simplicity. As the sun begins to set, painting the sky in soft shades of orange and gold, the river glows with warm light. The hills turn dark and shadowy, standing tall against the fading day. It's a scene so perfect, so full of calm and wonder, that words can barely describe it. And as your bamboo boat drifts gently downstream, surrounded by this timeless beauty, you realize something. This is more than just the end of a journey. It's a quiet reminder of how vast, ancient, and magical the world can be. From mighty walls to floating mountains, from snowy peaks to shining cities, and finally to this peaceful river. China has shown us that wonder exists everywhere, in history, in nature, and in the human spirit. Until next time, keep your heart open and your curiosity alive, because the world is full of amazing places just waiting for you to explore. From the mighty Great Wall that guards China's ancient past, to the flowing Li River that mirrors its timeless beauty, every corner of this vast land has a story to tell. It's a story written in stone and sky, in water and wind, a story of strength, spirit, and endless wonder. China is a country where history breathes through every ancient temple and forgotten pathway, where mountains rise into the clouds like the guardians of time, and where modern cities sparkle with the light of dreams yet to come. Every place we've visited on this journey has revealed a different side of this incredible land. The misty peaks of Zhangjiajie invited us to dream and reminded us that nature's imagination knows no limits. The snowy heights of Tibet taught us peace, faith, and the beauty of silence beneath the endless sky. The futuristic skyline of Shanghai pulsed with energy and ambition, proving how tradition and progress can shine side by side. And finally, the gentle waters of Guilin Li River brought us calm, a reminder that true beauty often lives in stillness and simplicity. Together, these places form the soul of China, a land that is not just one country, but a world within a world. It's a place where every mountain tells a legend, every river carries a song, and every city beats with its own rhythm. And now, as our journey comes to an end, one question remains. Which of these amazing places would you visit first? Would you walk along the ancient stones of the Great Wall, or drift on a bamboo boat through the mist of Guilin? Would you brave the glass bridge of Zhangjiajie, or gaze up at the glowing skyline of Shanghai? Wherever you go, one thing is certain. In China, adventure, wonder, and magic are never far away. So keep exploring, keep dreaming, because the world is full of stories waiting to be discovered, and China is one of its greatest chapters. If you enjoyed this journey through China, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss our next amazing adventure around the world.